Chinese New Year greetings, everyone. The year of the rat has left behind its legacy of turmoil and uncertainty in many facets of human life, such as personal and public health care, trade and economy, geopolitics, interracial relations, and the catastrophic results of global warming, just to name a few. Perhaps these issues could not be addressed efficiently because of extreme self-centered, individualistic attitudes, so typical of the rat, which is by nature not a social or communal animal, but a loner. But perhaps as we enter the new year of the ox, the attitudes of humankind may change to be more community-centered to help address these issues more effectively. Why do I say so? Because unlike the rat, the ox is a social animal, a communal animal by nature. Wild cattle roam the grasslands in herds for safety and survival. If a herd can remain calm and united when being hunted by a pride of lions, the cattle will be strong and safe. But the moment any one of them, especially the leader, panics and flees to save its own skin, that will surely cause a stampede, and the weakest among the stragglers will soon become a sumptuous meal for the hungry lions. So let's hope that this new year will usher in the communal, cooperative spirit of the ox, so that humanity can transcend self-centered individualism and cooperate as a global community of all the inhabitants of our lovely planet Earth. Nowadays, globalization is so pervasive that we can no longer ignore significant and important events happening outside the narrow confines of our localities. Nor can we regard individual efforts and actions in the right direction as insignificant or inconsequential for global health and well-being. So I hope that each one of us can help to energize the world by trying to manifest the spirit of the ox by thought, speech, and action. In other words, we should try to sacrifice self-centered priorities and preferences in order to cultivate community-centered cooperation through our attitudes, communications, and behaviors. We can start from our family and extend to our social media circles, colleagues, religious societies, health clubs, local communities, and so forth. This brings to mind a sutta from the Samyutta Nikaya, Connected Discourses of the Buddha. It's called Sedaka Sutta, Sutta number 19 from the collection of discourses connected with establishments of mindfulness. In this sutta, the Buddha gave an example of an acrobat and his pupil performing a balancing act. The acrobat was balancing a long bamboo pole and the pupil was climbing to the top. If you are familiar with the Chingay processions of Penang, you can properly visualize this. If you can recall those marvelous and fantastic feats performed by those Chingay acrobats. I guess the only difference here is that instead of having a large, heavy, triangular flag attached to the bamboo pole, we have another acrobat climbing it. Then the acrobat told his pupil, "Now you take care of me and I take care of you, then we'll be safe and successful." But the pupil replied, "No, teacher, you take care of yourself and I take care of myself, then we'll be safe and successful." So, who is right and who is wrong? Well, the Buddha approved of the pupil's advice. And he said, in the same way, if you want to protect yourself and others, you should resort to, develop, and make much of the establishments of mindfulness. And if you want to protect others and yourself, then you should resort to, develop, and make much of 4 qualities, namely patience, non-violence or compassion, loving kindness, and sympathetic joy. Actually, I gave a talk solely devoted to this sutta many years ago, and the MP3 recording is still available in our website. We shall attach a link to the recording, and if you're interested, you could visit and listen to the talk. I believe that if one is able to follow this letter advice of the Buddha, this will ensure the success of any community-centered cooperative enterprise. I'm sure that all of you have worked in communities before, and there's always a lot of give and take, and you will require these 4 qualities to have beneficial, efficient, and effective give and take. So I hope that all of you will have the mindfulness to remember this short Chinese New Year message, recollect it later, remind yourself often to put it into practice, and frequently retrospect to check whether you are really doing so. In closing, I want to make an aspiration. May all of us try to manifest the spirit of the ox and also have its strength and perseverance to do so successfully, despite any obstacles that may stand in the way. So I wish all of you a happy, hopeful Chinese New Year, imbibed with the spirit of the ox.